Bowling Green, 102.1 on your dial. KJFM Radio, Eagle 102. From KJFM Radio, Eagle 102, high school basketball is on the air. Eagle 102 brings you the area's best girls and boys basketball action all season long. You can hear it all right here at 102.1 and online at KJFMEagle102.net. High school basketball on Eagle 102.
And welcome to Bowling Green High School, the final night of the regular season here on KJFM. Mark Fronick, Marianne Everhart getting ready for a rescheduled game as Clopton coming back a little bit at a time from the flu. The Bowling Green student section is wearing coronavirus masks tonight. A nice little dig there. But we saw last night against Van Far that despite the illness, Clopton can come to play. So Bowling Green can't take the night off here on the final night of the regular season. We'll talk more about that and a lot more as we start the pregame show next on Eagle 102.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medication. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
Bank from anywhere with Bank of Louisiana's new Freedom checking account. No minimum balance, no monthly fees, and free access to all of their mobile and online banking services. Bank on your own terms with Freedom checking from Bank of Louisiana. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Home data rates may apply. Check with the carrier for details. Freedom checking from Bank of Louisiana.
The staff at Pike County Health Department, Home Health and Hospice are your neighbors, sharing just a few of the programs they have to offer. Baby basics, breastfeeding peer counseling, natural nurses, car seat safety, farm safety for kids, maternal and child health, safe sitter courses, and WIC, plus much more. Pike County Health Department is a not-for-profit organization as it is funded by tax dollars. So when you use their services, you're putting your tax dollars to work. To keep up to date, be sure to like them on Facebook. Pike County Health Department, Home Health and Hospice, located in Bowling Green.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show, sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
And welcome back to Bowling Green High School. Mark Fronick, Marianne Everhart getting ready for the Bowling Green Bobcats and the Clopton Hawks. This game was supposed to be part of a doubleheader on Tuesday, Marianne, but the flu has hit this Clopton team hard, and they're going to bring the same 8 they brought last night to Van Far, which includes 3 JV players, one of them in the starting 5. It'll be a different one than last night. We'll talk about that as we get into our starting lineups in a little bit, but they really showed some resiliency last night. Never trailed, or they trailed by double digits at times, but were always in that game against the Indians last night.
Well, I tell you what, it sounds like that Coach Tony Francis has his entire team from top to bottom, JV included, all running on the same cylinders there. So I'm sure that made that transition a little bit easier. But you and I both know that when you're playing with guys that you don't normally play with, it does take a toll. But it sounds like that they made a run for it.
They did, and I was talking to Coach Francis a little bit ago as Clopton came into the gym, and he said it's such a system team. We've talked about that all season, Clopton, that when you don't have your full allotment to fill the system, it really limits what you can do. And when you have to play 4 guys the entire 4 quarters, every minute pretty much, they played last night, the 4 normal starters, it just, you don't get the breaks. You have to, use your timeouts more wisely, rest between plays. I thought they did a really good job kind of just playing along with what Van Far was doing. Van Far was sitting out waiting for Clopton to break their zone and play a man, and Clopton didn't do it. They took those opportunities as a rest period.
They sure did.
And then kind of relied on the fact that they were going to crash the boards if Van Far missed the shot, and that's how they got into back into the ball game there in the fourth quarter. Just let Van Far run clock, do what they were doing, and then take the opportunities as they were presented to them.
And I think we both know, Mark, that a good portion of last night, probably Coach Francis is thinking well beyond last night, probably even beyond tonight, and looking to districts. You know what? Get as many kids out there as he can. Get them the rest he can so that they're rested up for districts. Some of those players that aren't playing may be healthy enough to play, but don't want to chance it.
Coach Francis said that he was a lot more proud of his guys last night for how they played than after even some of the wins this season,
sure.
because they were a solidified group out there. But as me and Jim were talking about off air last night, Tony Francis doesn't think about next week, or
that is. I mean, that is true to a degree. That is true to a degree.
And the way he coached last night, he was thinking about getting that W last night for sure, and that's what he's thinking about here tonight as well. So it's going to be the best Hawks effort here in the final regular season game. Bowling Green, I think. We'll talk more about them when we get to our keys to the game. How about that? And that's coming up next
here on Eagle 102.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medication. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
Bowling Green Insurance Agency can assist in all the insurance coverage you may need. With the proper insurance coverage, you can stop sweating the small stuff and enjoy life. Bowling Green Insurance Agency is one of the leading insurance agencies in the Pike County area. Give them a chance and they'll prove it. Call Fred Carlson and get a quote. Bowling Green Insurance Agency. The Eagle 102 Keys to the Game.
Keys to the Game tonight brought to you by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate. And when next time you need keys to your new home, just give Vicki a call.
And I think Bowling Green, they need to pick up the pace tonight. I think if they can make this a back and forth, up and down the floor type of game, they can wear out the Hawks a lot quicker. I know that Coach McCann saw what Van Far did last night and how Clopton reacted to it, and I think they're going to try and up the tempo quite a bit here.
And, really, Bowling Green's going to be coming off a nice big win last night on senior night, and that was over North Callaway. Probably a little bit closer than maybe most would have expected, as they won by one. But, North Callaway has those Cash Brothers, which basically make you have to be able to guard outside that perimeter quite a bit. And that's where probably Clopton, if I'm guessing, is going to try and do a lot of shooting from out there this evening. So they definitely feel like they're going from one game to the next.
And Clopton, you're on the back end of a back-to-back. You're trying to get healthy. Now, the 8 players that they bring tonight are 100%, so they say. So I don't think fitness is going to be a factor, but having the stamina to go 4 quarters tonight, like most of them are going to have to do, play every minute of this ball game. That's where I think if Bowling Green can tire them out, Clopton will struggle. But if Clopton can dictate the pace in this one, I think it'll be a ball game at the end.
It sure will. We'll find out more as we've got your starting lineups opening tip right around the corner as you're listening to the Bowling Green Pharmacy pregame show on Eagle 102.
If you happen to find yourself looking for somewhere new to get your vehicle serviced, Pogue Ford in Bowling Green is here to remind you they can handle all brands of vehicles. However, if you have GM or Chrysler warranties, they will shuttle those to their sister Hannibal locations to make sure your warranty stays intact. Pogue Ford, serving the communities they call home. Pogue Ford, Business Highway 61 South in Bowling Green. They'll be there for you when the sun comes up.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medication. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are brought to you by Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy.
And our starters for tonight for the Clopton Hawks, they're coached by Tony Francis. They'll start a 6'2 senior, number 22, Sean Yates. 6'2 senior, number 35, Malik McPike gets the start tonight. A senior at 6 foot, number 40, Jared Hain. 6'3 junior, number 44, Zach Evans. And the JV player that starts tonight will be number 15, Tyler Kuntz. Last night it was Logan Dalrymple. Tonight it's Tyler Kuntz to round out the starting five. So Yates, McPike, Hain, Evans, and Kuntz. For the Bowling Green Bobcats, they're coached by Brandon McCann, and they will start number 1, a 6-foot junior, Michael Starks. Number 5 gets the start tonight. You might not recognize him after the haircut. 6'3 senior Austin Callahan. Number 23 gets a start, a 6'2 senior Cameron Worley. Number 32, a 6-foot senior Gavin Dieters. And number 35, a 6'4 senior George Niemeyer. So again, for Bowling Green, it's Starks, Callahan, Worley, Dieters, and Niemeyer.
So do we think that maybe Austin can jump a little higher now that the loving, flowing locks aren't weighing him down?
Or is it like a Samson thing? Was the hair the power?
Ooh, didn't really think of it like that. Oh, either way. Yeah, he got it cut right before he signed his national letter of intent signing.
Got to look good for the pictures.
Got to look good for the picture. So, again, Mark, there may be only a couple other teams that are working as hard as the area high school basketball players this week as we're in the final stretch, and that may be the broadcast crews.
Yeah.
As we have more basketball tomorrow.
We do, and it's for real tonight. It's for keeps tomorrow.
That's right.
As at 11 a.m., Bowling Green, the Lady Cats will tip off against Wright City in a 4-5 matchup to start the Class 3 District 8 tournament from Winfield. And we'll have all the coverage starting at 10:45 tomorrow with the pregame for an 11 a.m. start. So I'll be getting up early on a Saturday, or we both will,
yeah, we both will.
to go down to Winfield and enjoy that ball game and enjoy bringing it to you.
I kind of feel like that we're doing some things this year that we probably haven't done in the past. I can't recall ever calling an 11 a.m. ball game. Kind of like I had never recall doing a 4-on-4 and a 3-on-3. So we're setting records this week.
Yeah, it is. It has been quite a wrap to the regular season, and
wouldn't have it any other way.
Exactly. We start districts tomorrow, and then Monday we'll have a full allotment of games starting with the pregame show. What is Bowling Green a 3 or a 3:30 tip-off?
They are a 3:30 tip-off, so we'll have pregame at 3:15, and I believe our last game starts at 8 or 8:30 on Monday night.
And we'll probably be a little bit later than that.
No.
Depending on how the action goes ahead of that ball game.
Mark, no, they don't ever run late.
So we'll start with the Bowling Green boys against Herman, 3:15 pregame and a 3:30 tip-off on Monday. And then we'll go to Clopton, where all the ladies teams will be in opening round action as
for Class 2 District 5.
Yeah, for Class 2 District 5. And who do we have? We've got
Clopton and Van Far is the first game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's as far as I've gotten.
But also there, Ellsbury.
Oh, the other schools, sorry. Yes, so
Van
Clopton,
Far,
Ellsbury,
Silex,
Louisiana, Silex, Paris, and South Shelby.
And Paris is the number 1 seed in that.
For the girls. Mm-hmm.
But weren't they the number 1 seed last year when Clopton won that district and moved
Were they
on?
number 1? I think they may have been number 2. They were either way. They were 1 and 2. However it was, which is what they are this year. Paris is number 1. Clopton is number 2. South Shelby girls are number 3. And South Shelby girls actually beat Monroe City earlier this year. So, it's going to be a tough matchup in that Class 2 District 5.
Yeah, for our Class 2, that's a loaded ladies district for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, and then the men will start on Tuesday from the Class 2 District 5 tournament with all those same schools involved in the action there. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with tip-off. It's just minutes away here on Eagle 102.
Get connected to a fast-paced world with Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, an authorized U.S. cellular dealer, along with Dish Network, DirecTV, Viasat, and HughesNet high-speed internet packages. Cellular and Satellite Center also carries a variety of TVs and accessories and installs security systems. Get connected today with Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
People Think and Trust mobile banking app gives you the convenience of banking from anywhere. Simply download the free app for your Android or Apple device and get started managing your account, transferring funds, paying bills, and depositing checks. People Think and Trust online at www.pbtc.net. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
High school sports on KJFM is brought to you by Pam Todd Watts Realty, Quiver River Electric Cooperative, and All Parks.
Well, Mark Froenig, Marion Everhart in with you. The last regular season game, Mark, and it's been a fun season. We've been so lucky to have great athletes to cover this season. It's been a fun run as always, and I think probably all of us are looking forward to districts.
It should be a really fun district week here for sure. We've seen a lot of senior-heavy teams, Van Far, Bowling Green. Clopton has a few seniors out there, but we've been more impressed with the younger teams this year and how they've evolved as this season has gone on. So it's kind of been one of those transition seasons, and you're wondering where the next dynasty is going to come from, and really it looks like the area is going to be loaded as these younger teams start to grow.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, I'm waiting to see here. We've got one team that's lined up for possibly a national anthem, and we'll double-check that. But there is no JV game tonight for those who hadn't heard. So,
yeah, they did cancel that because Clopton doesn't have the numbers right now because of that flu situation. So we'll take one more break. We'll come back with your opening tip next on Eagle 102.
Because just like you, they support their community. Family Drug, locally owned and hometown proud on Georgia Street in Louisiana.
It's good to aim high, and sports can help children reach their goals. Join Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green and Farm Mutual Insurance in supporting local athletes. Be sure to catch all the action this sports season. Pike County Mutual Insurance salutes young local athletes and wishes them well. And they look forward to protecting these young adults with strong insurance coverage during what is sure to be a bright future. Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green.
High school sports on KJFM is brought to you by Pike County Mutual Insurance, Pogue Ford, and Bank of Louisiana.
For a spur-of-the-moment game, Marianne, the crowd is actually pretty good here tonight. It's not your normal Friday night crowd. There's a lot of stuff going on here at Bowling Green, including the middle school fancy dance. So I'm sure a lot of parents are getting their kids ready for that one. But for a game that was supposed to happen on Tuesday, they've gotten a lot of folks out to watch this ball game.
Well, they're doing the starting lineups now. Again, as we mentioned for Clopton, they've got Kuntz, Yates, McPike, Hain, and Evans. So the only one that's not a normal starter that's out there right now is Tyler Kuntz, and I believe you said he's a sophomore. Is that right?
I didn't get his
think so.
His grade on there, but
I feel pretty certain. So, and here we go. Ooh. As a mom of a senior, that's kind of hard here.
Yeah, for the last time they did senior night last night against North Callaway, and hats off to Bowling Green and the Bowling Green Bobcat boosters for the memorial to Mr. Hurd. And it's
set up tonight.
Yeah, they set it back up tonight in his usual spot to watch, and the players go over and give him a pat as well, which is what they did when he was able to come to the games in person. So he's here in spirit and forever a Bowling Green super fan.
Wow. Yep, that's pretty neat.
Introductions have been made. Final instructions from Coach Francis, Coach McCann. Old school, new school, right?
Yeah, well, I mean.
For a young guy, he's more old school, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He really is. That's what I was like, wow. Between the two, as far as philosophies go, they kind of sort of follow the same. So I like the little huddle that Clopton has going over here. Bowling Green got themselves all tucked in, ready to go.
You know, I've noticed the referees really paying attention to the shirt tails a lot more this year.
Well, lucky enough, I think we've had some really good kids that I haven't noticed nearly as much because they take care of themselves. They do what they're supposed to and follow the rules like they're supposed to. So
it'll be Malik McPike jumping center against George Niemeyer. Ball comes in from the near side. 3-man officiating crew, and Clopton wins it just as they did last night. And Sean Yates takes it across the type stripe for the Hawks. Just underway, final regular season game of the 2019-2020 season. And with it on the far side. Go ahead.
Ooh, I was just going to say man-to-man defense in here from the Bobcats.
Off the McPike miss. Worley gets the rebound and brings it up the floor for Bowling Green to the near side for Dieters. Dieters.
Here's that zone defense that you talked about that the Hawks ran last night.
Near side now for Callahan. I don't recognize him without that hair. Austin gives it off to Dieters to the far side now for Starks. Back to Cameron Worley. Worley works inside 3, puts up a little shot, and Kuntz gets the rebound for the Hawks. Taken away from him by Starks.
First turnover of the game.
Good job coming back by Michael. Over to the far side for Worley. Back to Starks to the near side for Dieters. Gavin up and around as they work that umbrella up top. Dieters to the near side for Starks. He'll take the 3. Little sideways rotation. Shot's no good. And the rebound picked up by Sean Yates for Clopton. Pass ahead to Hain. Now for Evans. He goes to the hoop. Can't get the runner to go. Gets his own rebound off a little deflection to Hain. Hain gets it down to McPike, and it's knocked out of bounds by Starks. It'll stay with Clopton with a minute and a half gone.
Well, I'll tell you what, that ball went off of Kuntz and Evans' face there. That's how you start your weekend.
Good thing they don't have a dance tonight.
No kidding.
Back up top, through Kuntz to Hain. Now to McPike. He'll take the deep 3. Shot's no good. Tried to sell a foul afterward.
No Academy Award handed out tonight to McPike.
He has put together 2 of the worst acting performances last night against Van Far and tonight against Bowling Green. He may win a Razzie. Here's Evans. Gets it to McPike. His shot can't sneak over. And the rebound is off to the near side. Off the save attempt. Grabbed by Callahan. Now to Worley. Worley kicks it back to Callahan. Center of the lane to Starks. Starks going to drive. Dishes it off. Niemeyer off the glass and in.
And Bowling Green starts off with a 2-point lead this evening. We've still got 5:42 to go here in the first quarter.
Here's Kuntz with it on the near side. Tried to work it to Hain. It's stolen by George. Off to Cameron Worley. Pass ahead now for Dieters. Dieters all got away from him momentarily. Gives it back to Cameron Worley. Worley's 3 is no good. And the rebound grabbed by Yates.
Or Sean Yates, along with his teammate Kyle Martin, just signed their national letter of intent on Wednesday to begin their football career, where Yates will be playing for Washington University.
That was talking about it last night. Fantastic school. And I've got some family members employed there. That shot in for Malik McPike.
And we've tied it up at 2 apiece here with 4:57 to go in the first.
And a travel called on Michael Starks.
That's the first turnover for the Bobcats here this evening.
Gives it back to Clopton. 4:53 to go, and Kuntz checks out into the ball game. Logan Dalrymple.
And I think you're normally used to hearing us say his brother's name, probably, aren't you, Sam?
Yeah.
He's one of the ones out sick.
One of the infected.
Ooh.
And hopefully they're watching or listening tonight on KJFM or KJFMeagle102.net.
Well, that part makes it even a little bit funnier if you just want to, go with, rivalry school stuff for the coronavirus masks and everything down there. They want Clopton infecting them.
Over to the far side. Here's Dieters. To Cameron Worley. Worley tries to skip it across to Starks. Now back to Dieters. Dieters, ball fake. Drives halfway through the lane. Shot no good. A little bit long on that one, and the rebound pulled down by Malik McPike. Now stolen back by Cameron Worley. And a great tightrope walk there on the sideline, but it's taken back by Hain. And now taken back by Worley. Turnover.
It's a tennis match.
Yeah. Cameron going to take it himself? No. Too much on that scoop.
And my guess is we're not calling fouls tonight.
It's the final night of the regular season.
I guess so, but I tell you what, Sean Yates reached out and helped Worley up after he stood there thinking he was going to take a charge, and nobody's whistling for anything but turnovers.
3:53 to play. Had one of those double fouls last night again.
Oh, well, now I was going to say, we noticed it here on the other end, too. I mean, on both sides of the ball, they're not calling it. So it's not like it's just one. So you had a double foul last night?
We've gone 2 nights in a row with double fouls. That shot good and a foul.
Well, apparently I just jinxed Bowling Green because they called the foul there on Cameron Worley. It'll be his team's first.
3:32 to play in the first quarter. A 4-2 Clopton lead and a chance to make it 5-2 from the line for Zach Evans. First foul for either side, and the three-point play is converted.
So Clopton with their first lead of the night by 3. 3:29 to go in the first quarter.
Here's Starks on the far point. Now for Dieters. Dieters trying to find some space, and
did they hear me?
That was light contact.
It looks like Logan Dalrymple will pick up his first.
And
Hain will come out as Kuntz returns.
So that's something they didn't do last night. They didn't double up on youngsters last night. There was only one in at a time.
Shot by Niemeyer, no good. With the rebound, pulling it down is Evans.
Here's Zach to Dalrymple. Back to Kuntz. Through McPike, back to Dalrymple to the near side for Kuntz. I almost called him Scott.
I'm sure Scotty wouldn't mind being back on the court.
Yeah. Malik McPike gets it to Dalrymple. Now back to Malik. Starks all over him. He dribbles out of the corner up to Sean Yates. Yates works against Callahan. Now to the near side for McPike. Trying to find a streaking Yates, and he's out of bounds.
He did. His foot got right there on that line. But I tell you what, it's kind of fun to watch quarterback versus quarterback there.
It is.
So Jared Hain returning to the court. Yeah, that's what they said.
Yep.
As Dalrymple takes a seat.
And up the floor with it is Gavin Dieters. Dieters to the near side, now into the corner. From Callahan back to Gavin. Skips it to Cameron Worley. Baseline for George Niemeyer. Spins into a pass to Dieters. Ooh. His shot blocked. Rebound taken by Niemeyer, and he's fouled and will head to the line.
That's right. Zach Evans tried to get a second block in there, and unfortunately he made contact with George's arm. So Niemeyer is going to get 2 freebies with 2:22 to go here in the first quarter. Clopton still on top, 5-3.
First foul on Evans, second on the Hawks. And the first shot. Long, but has a fortunate roll. And Niemeyer has all 3 points for Bowling Green. Second shot for George. Spins it. Right-handed shot is long, and the rebound pulled down by Cameron Worley. Nice job on the offensive glass by Bowling Green off that miss. Starks to Dieters. Back to Michael. Over to the far side. Here's a 3, Cameron Worley. Oh, that's sweet. Splashes that one home and makes it a 6-5 Bowling Green lead. So a 4-point possession that time for the Bobcats. Going baseline is Kuntz, and he puts it off the glass and in.
So gives them back the 1-point lead again. Tyler Kuntz does.
Dieters to Worley on the near point for Bowling Green. Through Starks to Gavin. Niemeyer wasn't there. Gives it back to Dieters for 3. Ooh. That one's short, and the rebound all alone for it is Sean Yates. To Malik McPike. Kicks the ball, and either way, it's going to be Bowling Green ball. Yeah. He kicked it right into the...
And really, that is the 7th turnover here in the first quarter for Clopton, and Coach Tony Francis sees that. He's not going to be happy camper.
I don't know if they had many more than that in the entire game last night against Van Far. Here's Starks on the near point with it. Over to Dieters. Dieters going to drive. His shot high off the glass and in.
Giving Bowling Green back the lead.
Gavin Dieters' first 2 points tonight with 1:15 to go here in the first quarter. 8-7 Bobcats. Pass is jumped and taken by Niemeyer, and he'll rim one out, and the rebound pulled down by Hain for the Hawks.
And I'm pretty sure everybody was hoping that he could get a little ahead and drop a dunk on there for us.
Hain with it on the far side to Zach Evans. Evans out to Malik McPike. McPike to the near side now. Hain going to try the three, and that one rolls home.
We talked about it a little bit off air, Mark, is last year's Jared had gotten pretty hot behind that three-point arc, and this year's kind of been a little on the chilly side.
He started heating up a little bit last night against Van Far, and boy, if he could hit his stride right as district start, that could be a secret weapon to unveil. Here's Starks for three. It's off the mark, and the rebound tipped around, taken by Worley. His shot, and a charge called against Cameron. That's his second foul.
Second foul here in the first quarter.
We'll see what Coach McCann does with 25 seconds to go. He's going to leave him in there. I'm Clopton. I might go right at number 23. 20 seconds on the clock here in the first quarter. Yates to McPike. Works past Starks. Pass rejected.
Starks went high for that denial.
Yes, he did. Down to 7 seconds. Here's Evans. Nothing baseline for him. Kicks it back out to Yates. He'll try the deep three with a hand in his face. It's short, and that's 1 quarter in the books here at Bowling Green High School. It's Clopton 10, Bowling Green 8. We'll be back with the second after this on Eagle 102.
Something for everybody's budget. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. So if you're out and you're looking for a new car, come by and see me. Mid-America Auto and Towing, just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, is a one-stop shop. Like us on Facebook or check out our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com.
Hi, folks. This is Eric Chapin. The sports season upon us, be treated like the pros. If your athlete has experienced an injury during a game or practice, let our experienced sports medicine team at Pike County Memorial Hospital Physical Therapy Department get them back to play. We have 2 locations to better serve our community. Pike County Memorial Hospital Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine in Louisiana and Bowling Green. Pike County Memorial Hospital. Community owned, nationally known.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
And to end first quarter, 10-8 our score. Clopton, the road team ahead. Cameron Worley, he hit a big three, but he picked up 2 fouls in the first 8 minutes, and that could be a storyline to follow the rest of this night.
It could be, but at the same time, I will say that I think Cameron Worley's probably one of the smartest basketball players around, and he could probably finish this game without ever coming off, and stay out of foul trouble.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we're in the fourth quarter and it comes time to foul or something, and he only has 2. He's the one with fouls to give, To the near side, it's Cameron with it. Over to the far side for Dieters. Dieters back to Cam. Ball fake gives it to Callahan. Austin gives it back to Cameron Worley. And they'll go out to the point between the circles now to Starks on the far side. Worley to Niemeyer. That was Callahan to Niemeyer, and he's fouled.
So Niemeyer back to the free throw line with another opportunity to shoot 2 more.
He was 1 of 2 his first time up there. His miss actually led to that Worley three.
And picking up the first foul is Sean Yates.
And the first shot's good. So he's 2 for 3. And the second shot to tie things up is good. 10-10 here early in the second quarter. Half minute gone. Here's Yates. Works against Callahan to the near side for McPike. Malik turns. Gives it back to Sean. Sean over to the far side for Jared Hain. Has Kuntz in the corner. Gives it up to Yates up top. Now for Tyler. Back to Malik McPike. McPike over to Hain on the far side. Thought about 3. Saw Niemeyer in front of him. Now they give it to Kuntz. He tries to dish it off. He had a clear path to the net, but I think Bowling Green sniffed that one out. Starks off the glass, a little alley-oop layup. Michael's first 2 points and a timeout is taken on the floor. 12-10, Bowling Green now ahead here in the second quarter on Eagle 102.
Anywhere with internet access. Check account balances, view checks, and much more. Stop in today to learn more at the Mercantile Bank, downtown Louisiana. Your hometown bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Rawls County Mutual Insurance, Orff Construction, and D&B Automotive.
6:56 to go, second quarter, 12-10. Bowling Green leads Clopton here from Bowling Green High School, final night of the regular season. Here's Sean Yates with it up the floor for the Hawks.
Yeah, it'd been nice if the PA announcer wouldn't have had to remind us it was the last time that some of these boys were going to be introduced on their home court. Some of us can't handle that. It hits the feels for us.
So the senior night was kind of a soft open for the Fields, huh?
Well, I unfortunately didn't make it to senior night last night because of my my patient at home who had his surgery yesterday. So I was not here for when these boys had their senior night. So I thought maybe I gotten past it. I was going to miss that part of it, but not so much.
After the Clopton turnover, here's Bowling Green with it. Dieters up top to the near side. Cameron Worley back to Gavin. Gavin to Starks. Bowling Green not in a rush.
Maybe they're tired too.
They might be. They played last night. Both these teams on the back end of a back-to-back. And off the miss, here's Sean Yates.
Everybody's like, hey, can we just all play zone? We're kind of all tired.
Can we make this a two-quarter game?
Yeah, no kidding.
Here's Dalrymple to the near side for Yates.
In fact, let's put 20 on the court, 5 on 5 on each end.
Clopton can't do that.
Clopton can't do it, never mind.
Over to the far side, Dalrymple gives it off to McPike. Malik. Oh, good crossover to find a little bit of room on Starks, and he's able to put it off the glass and in.
That ties it back up at a 12 apiece. Malik McPike with his 4th point of the night.
Worley takes it across the line to Gavin Dieters. Dieters back to Cameron. He's got to take it himself, and a blocking foul going to be whistled against Zach Evans. That's Evans' second.
It is a second. It's going to send Cameron Worley to the free throw line for the first time tonight. And, Clopton, like we've talked about with a number of different teams, Mark has to watch their fouls. They don't quite have that room that they've had in the past.
Only 3 players on the bench. Yeah, 3 players on the bench, and the first shot's good.
Kuntz is going to come back in, give Dalrymple a break.
4 points for Cameron Worley. Chance to make it 5 from the line, and he hit them both. This is a very good free throw shooting Bowling Green team. Another reason you don't want to go to the line.
Back to their largest lead of the night at a whole whopping 2. It's been a tight game, Mark. Kind of what we expected, though, I think.
14-12. Ball goes to the floor, and it's taken away by the Cats. Worley to Niemeyer, and a travel called against George.
He got excited. We all thought we were going to see a dunk, and thought Cameron was going to set him up, and just got that one too many steps in there.
I think that pass was actually in on George a little bit, a little behind where he wanted it, as he was already kind of tracking his steps, what he would need to dunk that ball, and never got clean possession of it and called for the travel. Here's Yates, down to Evans. Evans fighting for room, and a travel called against Zach.
Did you see his face? Like, oh, thank goodness.
He'd get whiplash whipping that head around that quick.
I like the sigh of relief, though. Oh, thank goodness.
Here's Dieters across the line to Starks. Back to Gavin, near side for Callahan. Starks. And Dieters again over to the far side for Callahan. Dieters. He goes to the hoop, up over Evans. Shot's no good, and Hain the rebound for the Hawks. Here comes Clopton with 4:25 to go in the first half. Evans to Yates. Yates kicks it out. Hain, deep 3. That one's good.
Boom.
Jared Hain with his second tray of the night. And he's looking pretty smooth there from the outside for Clopton. Starks to Niemeyer, and a quadruple team kicks it back out. Niemeyer to the far side for Starks. He looks to go baseline, cut off by Hain. Now to Niemeyer, and a charge called on George. Folks on this side of the gym didn't agree.
Yeah.
3:54 to go in the first half. 15-14, Clopton leads by 1 here in the second quarter. They're saying that Zach's a better actor than Malik.
They are.
That's the consensus here.
And what they did there possibly was tag Michael Starks with another foul. No. Yeah. They just haven't put up there yet.
His first tonight. They'll go into the backcourt. Pass was tipped, but still gets to Sean Yates. Johnny across the line. Over to the far side for Evans. Corner for Hain. All over him is Dieters. They don't want him getting open. Now to Evans. Evans tries to get up over everybody and is fouled. He'll shoot 2.
Oh, man, they just called that one on Cameron Worley, too. That's his third. Nope, never mind. They charged it on George.
So his second. So him and Worley both with 2. And we have 3:27 to go in the first half, and Evans rims the first one out. Only the second foul shot for Clopton tonight.
All from Zach.
Yeah. Trying to improve on 1 of 2. He's long, and he goes 1 of his first 3 from the free throw line. He usually heats up as the game goes along. Far side. Dieters gives it back to Worley now. For Starks, back to Michael again on a give and go. Over to the far side. Dieter's going to take the tray. That one's long, and the rebound pulled down by Callahan.
He heard that the bank was still open. He wanted to prove it.
Well, Jim Ross down counting money.
Yeah.
Here's Niemeyer, and he's fouled.
He's going to be fouled. I'm pretty sure they're going to tag Malik McPike with it. It looks like he kind of got his arm across there as George went up.
Third trip to the line for George already in this ball game, and you're right, it is on Malik. So 35, fouls 35. And the first shot's no good. Niemeyer hit his last 2 after going 1 of 2 his first trip. It's the best he can hope for this time around is 1 of 2. And he does hit.
And we're tied again. 15 all. Here with 2:57 to go in the half.
The Hawks across the line. To Evans. Tries to get it back to Malik. Shot wasn't there for him. He was in too deep, but the 3 was there for Sean Yates, and he drains it from the corner. 18-15. Clopton with a 3-point lead.
And that's Yates' first points of the night.
He didn't score his first points till the fourth quarter against Van Far a night ago. Here's Gavin Dieters. Dieters looking for room. Gives it back to Starks on the far point. Now to Niemeyer. Back to Cameron Worley for 3. That one's off the mark. Niemeyer the rebound. And up amongst the trees. He's fouled.
George Niemeyer went really strong to the rim there. And, as Kuntz tried to make himself seem bigger than what he really is, he picked up the foul.
First on Tyler. And the 6th against the Hawks. And Niemeyer's first shot goes awry.
George is probably thinking about it a little too much. Just needs to relax and let the natural talent flow through him.
Kuntz and Hain switch spots, getting a little more height on this rebound attempt. And McPike and Hain wrestled for it and end up causing a travel and a turnover. So 2 Hawks unknowingly fight over the ball. Both of them had their backs kind of to each other, so didn't know who they were fighting with. And they took steps. Pass tipped up in the air. Cameron Worley gets it. After that, Clopton turnover to the near side. Here's Gavin Dieters. He comes out of the corner with it. Center of the lane for Worley, and he scores. Cameron Worley makes it a 1-point game. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Cellular and Satellite Center halftime report is coming up. Here's Malik McPike for Clopton. Bounce pass is stolen by Niemeyer. Saw that one coming, and a foul whistled against Malik after the turnover.
And that'll be his second, unfortunately, the 13th turnover in the half for Clopton.
And 1-and-1's coming for George Niemeyer. Dylan Horsemeyer makes his first appearance tonight. He wears number 20 for Clopton.
Also in the basketball game is Drew Bowen.
And the front half is missed. The rebound pulled down by Evans. Minute 45 to go. Clopton with a 1-point lead. Trying to expand on that here on this possession. Instead, it's stolen again by Niemeyer. to Worley. Worley floats one and scores. Bowling Green up by a point. So 2 straight steals by Niemeyer. And the Bobcats pull ahead. Here's Hain on the near point. Dribbles out of that side. Gives it back to Yates. Now for Horsemeyer. And what do we have on the floor? A foul.
They're going to call it on Starks. But I'm pretty sure the first 2 minutes or better of the basketball game, when they weren't calling anything, there were worse fouls than that.
His second. Team's 6th. So the next one will be 1-and-1s for the Hawks. Here's Yates. Directing traffic. Gives it to Kuntz on the far side. Tyler back up top for Evans. Now for Horsemeyer. All the way across. That was a dangerous pass.
Especially with the wingspan and hops abilities of this Bobcat team.
Back to Evans. Corner for Yates. They're working that offense. Get it to Evans. Spins around Worley but can't finish. And the rebound taken down by the Bobcats. Down to 40 seconds. Bowling Green looks like they're going to play for the final shot. They cross the line with 35 ticks remaining. Gavin Dieters settles between the circles for Bowling Green. Down to 28 seconds on the clock. He backs up. Down to 23. Looking at that clock. Almost lost his dribble. Down to 16 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
I almost really hate this because it seems like every time they do it anymore, they try to get that last shot, it fails.
A turnover or something. Here's Worley with 6 seconds. He'll back out for the 3. It's over everything. Right to Starks. No, but a foul with 2 seconds to go. And Michael will try to add to that 1 point Bowling Green lead here before the half.
I believe Horsemeyer going to pick up his first.
19-18 Bobcats. You have to put the foul up on the board. I don't think he's reported it yet, but the first shot's no good.
They're clarifying it.
And it is the second on Tyler Kuntz.
Oh, Tyler.
Second shot's no good. Rebound picked up by Evans, and his buzzer beater is about 14 foot wide and 13 foot short. We played 2 here at Bowling Green. It's the Bobcats leading the Hawks 19-18, and the Cellular and Satellite Center halftime report is next on Eagle 102.
With winter weather upon us, remember one multi-sports complex in Bowling Green is your warm, dry place to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green to schedule your appointment and inquire about membership. One multi-sports complex, just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted? With both, you save 10 cents per gallon, up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today at participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. It's now time for the Eagle 102 halftime report, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center.
Pretty even half of basketball, Marianne. Bowling Green has a 1-point lead, 19-18, over the Clopton Hawks here on the final night of the regular season. Again, we'll have district basketball starting tomorrow morning, 10:45 pregame, 11 o'clock tip-off as the Bowling Green Lady Cats, the 4 seed in the Class 3 District A tournament, take on 5 seed Wright City. Our first matchup of District Week, and then things really get going on Monday. We'll talk more about that a little bit later.
Wanted to also point out, too, that the EMO conference game, while last night was a good game, tonight's a good game. They had really no implications as far as those go. Montgomery County, both boys and girls, took the titles this year. This is Montgomery's second time for the boys in the last few years. Their last time was in 2017. It's the first time the girls have done it since, I believe, 97, I think, is what I read.
Was it 97 or 92?
Well, the first time it's the first time they've had it together.
Okay.
It was 92 or 93,
Gotcha.
but I think the girls got it in 97. The boys last had it in 2017, both, and that's getting it outright.
Okay.
So congratulations to them. Again, these rival games are a lot of fun, but Montgomery had great teams this year and were able to pull off the wins that they needed to get it. And so they end this year as the EMO Conference champs, both boys and girls.
Outright and together. That's pretty impressive. And congratulations to Coach Basinger and Coach Krager down there and everyone at Montgomery. Kind of a nice going away present for Mr. Gray, huh?
Yes, as we heard, Adam Flynn informed us that Mike Gray will be retiring at the end of this year as superintendent. He retired from Illinois schools several years ago before coming to Bowling Green, and now going to retire from the Missouri school system.
What you're saying is he doesn't have to work anymore. 2 pensions.
No. Yeah, he doesn't have to work anymore.
Yeah, 19-18 our score after 2. Clopton's done a nice job keeping pace with Bowling Green. Yet to see if it can last to 4 quarters. Bowling Green needs to do a little bit better on the free throw line. This could be a 9 or 10 point game if they were perfect or close to in the first half from the charity stripe. But still, pretty entertaining. Both teams have a couple of players or a few players with a couple of fouls. So really even up and down the board. I don't think anyone's really won a position battle so far.
No, not really. But one thing Clopton's going to have to address in the locker room, and that's turnovers. Bowling Green I have for 3 turnovers here in the first half, where Clopton's sitting with 14, and that's not normal for them.
And what you can really chalk that up to is the defense led by George Niemeyer.
Yes, George Niemeyer.
He's got several steals already in this ball game that have led to breaks going the other way and forced Clopton into some of those fouling situations.
Oh, absolutely.
Here in the first half. We'll take a break, come back with first half scoring after this on the Cellular and Satellite Center halftime report on Eagle 102.
Get connected to a fast-paced world with Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, an authorized U.S. cellular dealer, along with Dish Network, DirecTV, Viasat, and HughesNet high-speed internet packages. Cellular and Satellite Center also carries a variety of TVs and accessories and installs security systems. Get connected today with Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Brown's Smokehouse Meats in Silex can help with all your meat processing, retail, wholesale, and custom butchering. Vernon and Judy Brown are the owners and operators of Brown's Smokehouse Meats, Highway 61 in Silex. Brown's Smokehouse Meats also invite you to stop by their retail location in Troy at 185 East Cherry Street. For all your smokehouse meats, gear processing, and homemade sausage, be sure to visit Brown's Smokehouse Meats, Silex, and Troy.
Hi, folks. My name is Cody Kirkendall. See Mike's Tire and Service Center in Bowling Green for all your automotive and tire needs. Mike features 24-hour tire service, and when it's time to replace those tires, Mike has great deals on several brands, ensuring that they have the perfect tire for your vehicle. Mike's Tire and Service Center additionally offers alignment, tune-ups, oil changes, strut, state, and DOT inspections. Mike's Tire and Service Center, business 61 North in Bowling Green.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock, Marshall Chevrolet, and Pike County Memorial Hospital.
19-18 after 2 quarters. Bowling Green coming out of the locker room as we come back from break. Clopton still in there, resting up, replenishing the fluids. And like I said to Jim last night, probably stopping just short of IVs.
Probably.
As they get ready for the final 2 quarters of the regular season. Let's take a look at first half scoring.
Leading the way for the Bowling Green Bobcats tonight, Cameron Worley, 9 points on the night already. George Niemeyer with 6, and then Michael Starks and Gavin Dieters each with 2. For Clopton leading the way is Jared Hain. He has 6, and that's courtesy of 2 threes. Malik McPike with 4, Zach Evans with 3, Sean Yates with a 3, and then Tyler Kuntz has added 2. So that gives you your scoring here in the first half. Free throws were pretty easy for Clopton. They're 1 for 3, and they've come from Zach Evans. You mentioned free throws a little earlier from Bowling Green. They've been at the free throw line a lot more, but things just aren't falling for them.
6 of 13 through the first 2 quarters for the Bobcats. So right around 50%, but you want to be better than that, especially when you're given that many opportunities over the first 2 quarters of a ball game. 19-18 is our score. Still waiting for Clopton to come out for the second half of this ball game. They trail Bowling Green by 1, and this has been the Cellular and Satellite Center halftime report on Eagle 102.
Bowling Green is your warm, dry place to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green to schedule your appointment and inquire about membership. One multi-sports complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
It's the new year and a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. During the process, I'll work closely with your lender and other professionals to make it as effortless as possible. I'm here with you every step of the way, so when you're ready to buy or sell, call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small-town life.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the number one priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life. Community State Bank is committed to meeting or exceeding customer expectations and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Vicki Cadwalader Real Estate and the Twin Pike Family YMCA.
19-18, Bowling Green leads after 2 quarters here from Bowling Green High School. Friday, almost late matinee here, as this is the only game. The JV game was canceled because of Clopton's continuing health issues, the flu going through that locker room.
Yeah.
And so it's just the varsity boys tonight. The girls played as scheduled this past Tuesday here on KJFM. So
and that was quite an interesting game. I mean, Bowling Green girls made a late run in the fourth quarter and got it, I think, within 5 or so. And Clopton ended up holding on and getting the win. So the only loss conference-wise for Clopton this year was to Montgomery County by 3. So if that tells you what kind of conference we have here, it's a good one.
It's definitely top-heavy in the on the girls' side, at least, in the EMO. 19-18, the team's getting a few final instructions. Bowling Green actually back on the floor, at least 3 of the starters are, as Gavin Dieters gets a few more words in with Coach McCann.
So for Bowling Green, we're going to have the same 5 that was basically out there most of the game: Worley, Niemeyer, Callahan, Starks, and Dieters. And I'm going to
actually, they did play every minute. Did Bowling Green make a substitution?
Yes, Drew Bowen came in for Callahan late in the second.
Okay.
Which I got to tell you, I'm a little surprised. You have a deep bench.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just strictly my 2 cents. Nobody really cares what I have to say, but.
And the starters back out there for Clopton. They'll inbound from the near side to get this second half underway. And it's Clopton with the ball. Malik McPike is fouled. A hand check and a third foul on Michael Starks.
So quick.
It's Evans off the inbound to Yates. Now Kuntz with it. From the corner, Tyler Kuntz. I did it.
That's okay.
His moment, his 3. And I call him Scott. That's
okay.
terrible.
He could have been called worse.
Yeah.
He could have been called Caitlin.
She's hit a lot bigger threes. To the near side, here's Dieters. Back up and around to Gavin again. Out of the corner for Worley. Thought about the 3, gives it to Starks. Back to Cameron. Now to Michael again. Michael all the way through to Dieters. Now baseline, and it's taken away by Jared Hain. Tried to lob it down to Niemeyer. And that was an easy steal for Big Jared. Here's Malik McPike for the Hawks. Gives it to Evans. Out to the corner now for Tyler. Almost stolen from Evans. Now back up and around to McPike. Malik thought about trying to do a little skid pass there. Wasn't available. So they take it back up top for Yates. He gives up his dribble. Starks out on him, so he gives it to Hain. Hain Comes off the near point to Malik McPike. McPike traveled. Ooh, I didn't think he came off that pivot foot. That was close.
Eagle eyes on the court.
Called on the official, who was about 8 foot away from him. Much closer than I.
And again, we talked about before, the first 2 minutes of the first quarter, they weren't calling anything. So just kind of makes you scratch your head sometimes.
Little
nice
finger roll there that time for Gavin Dieters. He's got 4 points.
Yeah, Dieters made something out of nothing there as he was in the paint and let it roll off those fingertips.
Tie game at 21, 6:14 to go in the third quarter. Here's McPike for the Hawks. And maybe the refs were just kind of feeling out the game, seeing
how much they're going to have to call.
Exactly. Show us how you're going to play it, and we'll officiate accordingly.
There you go.
There's Yates. To Evans. Back up top for Sean. Now to Malik McPike on the far side. Hain for Yates. Sean holds it high and then hands it off to Malik McPike. Stands in virtually the same spot that Sean was standing. Gives it back to Jared Hain. Hain to the near corner for Tyler Kuntz. Kuntz back up top for Hain. To Evans, now far side for McPike. McPike passes it through Callahan down to Evans. Evans off the glass and in. And you could see Cameron Worley not wanting to take that third foul.
Yeah, no, he played smart there. He could have gone up and probably tried to deny it, but stood a good chance of picking up his third foul, and he's not ready for that yet.
Here's Starks for three. Had a good look, a little short on that one, and McPike the rebound for Clopton. Hawks up the floor with it. Into the corner now for Tyler Kuntz. Kuntz gives it back to Malik. Now hands it to Sean Yates. Yates off the far point to Jared Hain. And he throws it away.
A little miscommunication there as Hain thought that Evans was going to kick out. Instead, Evans was slashing towards the basket, and the student section for the Hawks got the basketball.
What's left of them, huh?
Yeah. I told you I heard 36 were out sick from the school districts yesterday at Clopton.
Amazing. And here's an amazing three for Cameron Worley. He's into double figures. Gives Bowling Green back an edge of 24-23. Nearing the midway point of the third quarter here from Bowling Green High School. Here's Malik McPike. McPike to the near side for Jared Hain. Hain, ball fake. Pass into the corner for Kuntz. It's knocked away from him out of bounds. It's going to stay with Clopton, trailing by one.
What?
And a timeout taken by Coach Francis at the absolute last second before that ball came in. 4:06 remaining, third quarter, 24-23. Bowling Green leads Clopton on Eagle 102.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medication. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
High school sports on KJFM is brought to you by Abel's Quick Shops, Mike's Tire and Service Center, and Kathy Cleaning.
Bowling Green 24, Clopton at 23. Final night of the regular season on KJFM.
And I'll tell you what, I think at times we're seeing both teams look a little tired. Again, we talk about this as, another night of basketball back-to-back. They've played several times already this week, or some of them have. So, everybody's getting kind of tired and down and ready for, I think, the end of the season, to be honest with you. Everybody wants to keep going, but they're ready for the regular season to be done with.
Yeah, they want to get after it and play those do-or-die games that start, heck, for the girls tomorrow. Here's Yates with it off the inbound. To the far side for Malik McPike. McPike back to Jared Hain, near side for Sean Yates. Yates to Evans at the free throw line. His shot kind of just died on the back iron and fell in.
Yeah, and it's kind of a flat shot for him. That's not something we normally see. It was pretty straight on. Starks with the basketball now for the Bobcats over to Worley.
Cameron out of the corner with it. Dumps it back to Michael Starks. Now to Cameron again, and what do we have? 3 seconds in the lane called against Niemeyer.
That's a second turnover for the Bobcats here in the third quarter.
Dalrymple back in. That's Logan. And here comes Sean Yates up the floor. 3:35 to go. The clock's not moving. Still not going. Now it does. On the far side with it.
I mean, somebody over there is wanting to extend the regular season.
A second or two at least.
Yeah.
Up and around to the near side for Hain. Hain gives it back to Yates. Yates back to McPike. To Dalrymple. Hain with it. Clopton doing a lot of motion.
And really, Bowling Green's not coming out and putting a lot of pressure on the guards. They're kind of giving a little token pressure there.
Near corner for Malik McPike. 2:50 to go.
I think if Coach McCann really wanted to, they could probably put a lot of heavier pressure on Clopton, make them work a lot harder here, especially in the second half.
McPike is bounced, and Callahan is going to be charged with the foul, his first. And to the line goes Malik McPike, his first trip there tonight.
Man, he wastes no time.
No, and he drains the first one. He's got 5 points.
I'm pretty sure he just turned around and gave 5 to the air. Because he's so quick that his teammates didn't get there.
And now an over and back on the rebound. Going to be called on Jared Hain. 2:39 to play, a 2-point Clopton lead. 26-24 here in the third quarter. Bowling Green in their home whites trimmed in red with black lettering. Clopton in their road black jerseys trimmed in white. A little bit of red in there as well, and a foul. No, a travel called on Niemeyer. I think someone's praying over there. Here's Sean Yates to the near side for Malik McPike. McPike to the near side for Jared Hain. Dieters was all over him and gets the steal. Into the fast break, and we're tied.
Wow, and I tell you what, he did that with pressure.
And McPike probably got away with a bit of foul there. I heard a lot of slappy going on there. Here's Evans on the near point in a tie game. Knotted at 26 to McPike. That shot off the glass rims out. Got his own rebound. And a travel called on Malik. Probably could have got Dalrymple for 3 seconds as well. Either way, it's a turnover back to the Bobcats with 1:40 to play in the third quarter. Knotted at 26. Near side, Worley. Directs traffic, gives it back to Dieters. Touch pass to Starks, gets it back now to Worley. All the way over to Michael. 1:22 to play.
Now they're going to change up this offense just a little bit.
Niemeyer escapes. And the ball off a foot and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bobcats with 1:11 remaining in the third. No pressure on the inbound. Here's Starks to the near side for Gavin Dieters. Dieters back to Michael on the far point into the corner now. Dieters near corner for Callahan. Back up and around to Michael. Starks fakes a pass one way, now goes to Dieters. Dieters, free throw line, kicks it back to Michael. Didn't take the three, down to 50 seconds. And travel called on Gavin Dieters.
Okay, so somebody's wanting to go to a warmer destination because that's a lot of traveling here in the second half.
Rack up the frequent flyer miles.
Yeah, absolutely.
Down to 38 seconds. Left in the third. Who's going to lead after three of either team? Looks like Clopton's going to play for the last shot. 28 on the clock. McPike. Now he goes to his dribble. Hands it off to Evans, down to 18 seconds left in the third. 14 on the clock. McPike has it back. Got to go somewhere with it. He's going to try and go around the defense to the hoop and score. Malik McPike. 2 more, and that'll do it as the buzzer beater falls well short for Gavin Dieters. 28-26. Clopton leads Bowling Green after 3 on Eagle 102.
Auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana. And let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief. Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Well, Clopton led 10-8 after 1. It was Bowling Green leading 19-18 at the half. And now Clopton's pulled back ahead, outscoring Bowling Green 10-7 in that third quarter to lead 28-26.
And really, to be honest with you, both teams didn't quite look like they were in their correct mode, we'll call it, here in the second half. So we'll see if they can all get back on track here in the fourth, and we'll end this regular season on a fun note.
Well, the fourth quarter was the biggest quarter of the night for Clopton last night, where they went into the fourth scoring just 18 points. They scored 19 in the fourth quarter alone to make that a ball game against Van Far. So we'll see what happens if both of these teams explode like that over the final 8 minutes of this contest.
Well, I was going to say, in Bowling Green, the seniors are thinking this is our last quarter here. Let's make it a doozy.
Last one in front of the home fans. Tip it back to Gavin Dieters. Over to the far side, Starks. Now corner for Callahan. He works it back up top. Cameron Worley with it. Off the wing, he gives it back. And around to Michael Starks. Starks gives it to Dieters. Dieters to Callahan, back to Starks. Touch pass, he'll try the three. That one rims out, and the rebound pulled down by Malik McPike with a 2-point lead. Evans gets the long pass. I think that was actually intended for Hain. Now Kuntz with it. Tyler dribbles off the corner, and it's almost taken by Niemeyer.
Again.
Yeah. Stay away from his side of the court. Playing like Richard Sherman over there. Corner. Here's Kuntz for three. High arcing, and it's short. Rebound pulled down by Dieters. Looking to tie this or take the lead with the three, and he peels back. Getting ready to check back in the ball game is Drew Bowen, the only sub the Bobcats have used tonight, and it was only for a matter of moments. Near side, Cameron Worley for three. Oh, he didn't even...
That was nothing but net. It didn't even move.
He didn't even look before he shot that. Maybe a peek. Bowling Green back ahead by one to the near side for Hain. For Yates, as Clopton trails by a point. Evans to the near side. Hain. Dieters in front of him. Gives it off to Evans. Evans travels. Boy, they have been on the tiny steps tonight.
They have. But I will say Bowling Green had the most turnovers of their entire game in the fourth or third quarter with 4. They only had 3 prior to that.
Here's Starks. Near side for Cameron Worley. Just had a big tray to put Bowling Green up.
And I noticed they had Drew Bowen sit back down.
That they did. They give it to Niemeyer. He goes too hard off the glass, and the rebound pulled down by Evans. Pass ahead for Malik McPike. Good spin move to keep this possession going, then throws it away. Pass was too low for Tyler Kuntz, or too close to his feet. Coaches and referees, right?
Yep.
All right. Kick it back. Michael Starks for three. That one's a little long. Niemeyer, though, the rebound to Dieters. Dieters, mid-range jumper is short. And the rebound this time pulled down by Sean Yates. Yates ahead to Jared Hain. Hain Gives it back to Sean. From in front of the free throw line, his shot's long, and the rebound this time pulled down by George Niemeyer.
And now we're moving up and down this court.
Not really results-oriented,
No,
but
no.
we're moving. Here's Starks.
A little faster pace than it has been the first 3 quarters.
For Worley, his 3 rims out this time, and the rebound pulled down by Jared Hain for Clopton. Over to the far side for Sean Yates. Yates going to try and get to the basket. Goes over a block attempt, and on the rebound, it's going to be a foul on Malik McPike, his third.
His third, and that is a good call.
And a nice behind-the-back pass by the referee.
Yeah, and I know. It looked good, didn't it? I think the referee just signaled that Malik gave him a hug.
Really? Oh, that's nice. Timeout on the floor, called by the Hawks. 4:56 to go in regulation. It's the Bobcats 29, Clopton 28 on Eagle 102.
Bank from anywhere with Bank of Louisiana's new Freedom checking account. No minimum balance, no monthly fees, and free access to all of their mobile and online banking services. Bank on your own terms with Freedom checking from Bank of Louisiana. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Home data rates may apply. Check with the carrier for details. Freedom checking from Bank of Louisiana.
High school sports on KJFM is brought to you by Bid Beach and Collier Funeral Homes in Liggins, Florida.
Boy, the scores just aren't quite as high as they used to be, are they? 29-28 here midway through the fourth, actually 3 minutes gone in the fourth quarter. I was amazed when Clopton girls put up 65 last night. That was a big number.
I mean, maybe it's just defense. People playing a little bit more defense.
I think there's...
I mean, that's the story I'm going with.
A lot more reliance on passing and setting up plays, I think, than there used to be. Not as much running gun. And maybe the teams are a little more equal, and that's why we had scores like this. A little runner there for Worley, and he scores.
2 more, and that's their largest lead of the night.
31-28. To the near side, here's Hain. Everyone called a walk that time.
Everybody but the referees.
McPike gets it back to Yates. Kicks it near corner. Here's Hain for 3. That one rims out. Niemeyer the rebound. Gives it off to Worley. And with 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go, Bowling Green has the lead and the ball. 31-28. The Cats are ahead. Near side. Dieters. To Worley. He'll float one. No good. And a charge called against Cameron Worley. That's his third personal.
And we talked about it in the first when he had 2 fouls in the first quarter. We said he would be able to play all the way through until he wanted another one. I don't think he wanted that one, but...
And the cheerleaders will go get the sweat mop.
As Clopton's cleaning it up down there underneath them.
All 5 stomping it out. Now they get it. They need to get a middle schooler or elementary school kid to just be on standby.
I mean, the ref did really well.
Yeah, but it's about remembering it and getting it over there.
Oh, I know.
Clopton conserving clock here with 3:55 to go. Trailing by 3. 31-28. Yates to the far side for Tyler Kuntz. Gives it back now for Sean Yates. To Evan. Zach spins around one man, and he's fouled.
Gonna nail it on George Niemeyer, and that'll be his third.
3:34 to play in regulation. Evans to the line. He's 1 of 3. The Hawks have only shot 2 free throws in the second half. Only shot 3 in the first half. He hits the first. So he is 2 for 4 from the free throw line, has 6 points. And 6 points is 1 off the leaderboard, the top of the leaderboard. Now he and McPike both have 7 points to lead Clopton. Is that what you got?
No, I have 9.
Oh, you have 9?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Close enough, though.
Yeah. 3:23 to play. In the fourth quarter. No one has many, though.
No.
That's the point I'm trying to make, except for Cameron Worley.
Nobody in double digits yet.
for Clopton. And Worley, an NBA range three, is a little too long. And the rebound pulled down by Evans. Passes it off his chest to Sean Yates. Over to the far side for Zach. Corner for Kuntz. Tyler dribbles out. Floats a pass to Yates. Sean to Malik McPike. Pike has Callahan in front of him. Hands it off to Tyler, now to Sean Yates. Back up top for Jared Hain. Hain works against Dieters, gives it off to Malik McPike. McPike backs away from the free throw line, gives it to Yates again on the far point. Near side for Hain. He'll try the three. It's good. Jared Hain.
It's his third tonight.
He's got 9. All his points coming from beyond the arc, and it's a 2-point Clopton lead. Needs a 5-0 run for Clopton here.
Oh, Dieters had the three open. He passed up instead, get to Worley.
Worley's shot is a little long again, and on the rebound, what do we have?
I believe they're going to call it against maybe Yates.
Sean's second.
Maybe. No, they called it against Evans.
His third.
They're saying it's only his second.
Okay.
I have it as his third as well, so.
We had a similar issue last night. To the near side. Yates gives it back to Dieters. Now to Michael again. Starks. Worley back to Michael Starks. Gavin backs up. Oh my goodness, the fadeaway is good. That takes some body control there. And Gavin has 6 in the second half, 8 in the game.
And we're tied back up at 33 all.
Minute and a half remaining in regulation here on KJFM. Sean Yates with the ball. Over to the far side for Kuntz. Tyler works against George Niemeyer. That's a size mismatch there. Now back to Yates. To McPike. Now for Hain. Tyler Kuntz gives up his dribble. Now gives the ball up to Malik McPike on the far point. Working against Austin Callahan. To Tyler Kuntz. Niemeyer all over him, so he gives it back to Malik in front of the Clopton bench. Now to Evans. Evans finds a little room, goes off the glass too hard. Niemeyer the rebound. And a timeout taken by Coach McCann and the Bobcats. 45.4 seconds to go. We're tied at 33 from Bowling Green High School on Eagle 102.
Just a few of the programs they have to offer. Baby basics, breastfeeding peer counseling, natural nurses, car seat safety, farm safety for kids, maternal and child health, safe sitter courses, and WIC, plus much more. Pike County Health Department is a not-for-profit organization as it is funded by tax dollars. So when you use their services, you're putting your tax dollars to work. To keep up to date, be sure to like them on Facebook. Pike County Health Department, Home Health and Hospice, located in Bowling Green.
High school sports on KJFM is brought to you by Brown's Processing, Greg's Truck and Tractor, and Old Hobbs Pawn Shop.
33-33. We're in the final minute of this fourth quarter.
And Mark, should we be assuming that we're going to watch Bowling Green try to go for the last shot?
I would assume so, since they took the timeout. They're going to burn about probably about 35 seconds off. And then make their move.
So there's a very good chance we could head into overtime.
A very good chance here on the final day of the regular season. 45.4 seconds to be exact left in this ball game. Bobcats will inbound and take their time coming across the line. That'll burn off about
10 seconds.
7 seconds. He can go quite as slow as I thought he would.
Well, I mean, when you're as tall as Cameron Worley is, you have a nice stride there.
Goes behind the back a couple of times, shows off his skills in the center circle down to 30 seconds to go.
I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I've seen the boy dribble. If he wanted to sit out there and show off some of his dribbling skills, I'd be more than happy to watch him.
He is a talented ball handler for sure. Down to 18 seconds.
Watched him play for many, many years. When he was in 4th grade, he was playing on the 6th grade basketball teams.
Here's Worley, and a charge call on Cameron. That's his fourth.
Oh, my goodness.
And the Academy Award goes to.
Yeah, Malik got it this time.
Yeah. You know, that's a timeout taken by Clopton with 9.6 seconds to go. We'll keep it here this time, tied at 33. Just kind of listening to conversations going on around us.
Yeah, sometimes it's fun just to be a
fly on the wall.
I was going to say fly on the wall, but apparently a broadcaster, because you've got your headset on and you can still hear everything through it.
You know, that was what's great about places like Van Far and Clopton. You can, focus in on hearing the coaches coach in front of you in the old gym at Clopton, the old gym here, and at Van Far's gym, being on the stages. Here, you listen to the fans instead. And sometimes what they say is insightful, and sometimes it just makes you smile.
All of it makes me smile.
Yeah.
Because I tell you what, we've talked about numerous times, Mark. Either way, regardless of what's going on, the stands are pretty well full.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, and that is the most important thing for all these kids, is to get out there and support the kids.
And for this being a rescheduled game at an odd time.
On a Friday night.
On a Friday with other things going on. District starting tomorrow and everything else happening at the R1 district. It's a good crowd here for the final home game for these seniors. All right, 9.6 on the clock. Here's McPike trying to win the game in regulation. Little stutter step. Gets it down. Yates is blocked. Gets another shot at it. Blocked again. And we're going with 0.4 seconds to go. What do we have? It went off the wires, so the play was blown dead. But it looks like we're going to go to overtime.
Well, I tell you what, if it went off the wires, then they need to reset the clock.
They're going to talk about it. Down underneath the basket. Was it blocked up? It was blocked up off, so it would be Clopton ball. If it was blocked off, yeah. And that's what Yates is saying. 1 even is what they're going to put on the clock.
We're going to overtime.
But they're going to say it's Bowling Green ball, and Coach McCann's going to call a timeout. 1 second even, 33 all. Back with the finale of regulation after this on Eagle 102.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, the Mercantile Bank in Bowling Green Tractor.
1 second even on the clock. We're knotted at 33. Looks like we're going to OT here in our final regular season broadcast.
There's nothing that Bowling Green can do in 1 second.
They can throw it the length of the floor for a tip in.
Yeah, not when everybody's in the front court.
And you got the ball in the hands of your quarterback.
Again, not when everybody's standing in the back court.
Well,
look at him stretching his arm out, doing some windmills.
Here they go. Into the back court. Here's the long pass ahead, and it's intercepted by Evans, and we're going to overtime here at Bowling Green High School. 33-33, the Hawks and the Bobcats on Eagle 102.
If you have GM or Chrysler warranty, they will shuttle those to their sister Hannibal locations to make sure your warranty stays intact. Pogue Ford, serving the communities they call home. Pogue Ford, business Highway 61 South in Bowling Green. They'll be there for you when the sun comes up.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Air Evac, Spring Hollow Coffee, and J&D Tire and Auto.
Bobcats outscore Clopton 9-7 in the fourth quarter. So we didn't get that big explosion like we thought we were going to get, or we're hoping we would get. But we got some overtime coming up, and
we might as well. We didn't have any other games tonight, so might as well.
The big thing is Cameron Worley's got 4 fouls.
Yeah, he does.
So he's got to be
Niemeyer
careful.
Has 3.
He's got to be careful to start overtime.
Michael Starks has 3.
4 minutes on the clock. Referees say let's go.
Here we go.
In the center circle, George Niemeyer against Malik McPike. Malik won the tip to start the game. And we'll see if he can do that again here. Refs.
Hand out instructions. Make sure everybody knows where they're scoring at.
You don't want to start the overtime with a wrong way hoop, and Bowling Green wins the opening tip. Dieters too early on the far side, back to Gavin, near side Michael Starks. Starks has it again. Back to Dieters now for Cameron Worley. Dieters, Starks. Now Worley again. Everything on the outside so far as Clopton stays in that zone.
Cameron decided he would like the view on this side better. Nope, now he's switching around.
Here's Callahan, thought about the 3, takes it back up top for Gavin Dieters. Dieters to Starks. To Austin Callahan. Callahan gives it back to Gavin. Takes it, mid-range jumper is a little bit long, and the rebound pulled down by Malik McPike. So Bowling Green can't score on their first possession. And here's Clopton's turn. Evans moves inside 3, bounce pass down low to Malik. Malik had a little bit of room, and now gets a little half hook to score. Malik McPike with the first points of overtime. Give the Hawks a 35-33 lead. Far side for Michael Starks. Starks to Gavin Dieters. Dieters. And he traveled.
Oh, wow.
Travel called against the Bobcats with 2:44 remaining in overtime. Yates going to take his time coming to the line. If they can burn clock and score points, conserve a little energy, that's all beneficial for the Hawks.
And
instead,
away.
It's out of the reach of Evans. Turnover gives it back to Bowling Green. 2.5 to play. 35-33. Far side. Callahan gives it up. To Dieters. Dieters looking for the kick out, maybe? No, he puts up the 10-footer himself, and it's a little long. Hawks with the rebound. They've done a nice job on the defensive glass tonight. Malik McPike down to 2:06 to play in the first overtime. Here's Evans. Evans to the hoop. Got his own rebound. Kicks it near side for Hain. The 3 is off the mark, and we're going to have a push-off on the rebound against Sean Yates.
And that'll be his second.
1:56 to play. When you got a couple of opportunities, you got to take advantage of them.
Well, Drew Bowen comes in now for Gavin Dieters.
With 1 minute and 50 seconds left in a 2-point ball game. Overtime number 1. Far side Callahan. Callahan gives it up to Michael Starks at the point.
So, Mark, in this situation, though, if you're going to play it down for the last...
Here's a 3 off the mark.
I'll say a last kind of shot there. Whose hands do you want it in? And never mind, Callahan took that out of the picture.
Well, if you're Bowling Green, it's got to be Cameron Worley, right?
Yep, Michael Starks just picked up his 4th foul.
6th team foul, so we're over halfway through the first overtime. Neither team in the bonus yet.
Yeah, and I would say you'd want it in the hands of Worley, but I'm pretty sure that's what they anticipate. So if you have to tell me, I'm going to work a play to get into George Niemeyer.
Something down low, maybe.
Because I'm crazy like that.
Yeah. And I'd say Evans, or if you need the 3, Hain, right, for Clopton?
Actually, I would probably get it in the hands of Malik McPike. He does a good job of making some things happen underneath that basket. Maybe a little unorthodox at times, but...
4th foul on George Niemeyer. And here's Zach Evans.
That's normally me.
What is wrong with me tonight? I've gone back in time a couple of years.
Well, if you're going to say Scott's name, you might as well say right? Alex, too.
And the first shot on the front half of the 1-and-1's no good. 35-33, still the Clopton lead. Dieter's back in the ball game to the near side now for Cameron Worley.
Callahan out. Dieter's back in the ball game.
Up top for Starks. Now to Bowen. Long three. Misses everything and goes out of bounds. Back to the Hawks. Not the shot they wanted coming from the top.
Well, he kind of rushed it just a little bit because Drew could probably drain those most days. At any given time. So I think he just rushed his shot there a little bit. Didn't get quite set.
Yates with it in the backcourt. Starks doesn't want to foul. He's got 4. Yates across the line now, down to 42 seconds. Clopton with the 2-point lead.
And really at this point, Clopton just needs to kill clock. Oh, and there we go.
There's a charge. Evans threw a shoulder in. That's his 4th. 34.9 seconds to go. They only got him for 3.
Oh, that's right. I forget that we had him.
Yeah, they didn't put one in the book is what it was, or in the computer. Here's Dieters. Down to 26 seconds to Cameron Worley. Worley, with Kuntz out on him, gives it to Dieters. Dieters thinking. And he got the charge. Oh, my goodness.
And I have this Gavin Dieters' first foul.
It is.
And really, Clopton's just got to figure out a way to kill clock here. Make him foul you.
18 seconds left in OT and a timeout taken by Tony Francis and the Hawks. 35-33. Clopton leads the Bobcats from Bowling Green High School on Eagle 102.
Dealers, along with Dish Network, DirecTV, Viasat, and HughesNet high-speed internet packages. Cellular and Satellite Center also carries a variety of TVs and accessories and installs security systems. Get connected today with Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, Family Drug, and Pike County Health Department, Home Health and Hospice.
Referees have a bugle tonight. They've been calling charge here all through the second half.
Well, I'm anxious to see because Heidecker and Charlie Bowen are getting ready to check in this basketball game here. So I'm anxious to see. They're probably coming in just to foul.
Exactly. With now under
there's 18 seconds.
20 seconds, yeah.
Wow, 18 seconds to go here in this overtime.
35-33. Let's go a second overtime. I mean,
why not?
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't done one of those this year yet either.
No, not a double OT. All right, Clopton with the ball underneath the basket. Since it was an offensive foul, they don't get to shoot here. And Zach needs to get it in. He does to Yates. Yates works against Dieters. Dieters couldn't get the steal, so Starks fouls out.
Yep, Starks. That's unfortunate because Dieters tried to get the foul, and they didn't call it. So at that point, there was nothing else for Starks to do, as he had to reach up there and foul him.
So Yates to the line with 11.9 on the clock. I think Gavin probably had the best hands to try and get the steal there, and an easy 2 points in transition, but it wasn't there. And then Michael, like you said, had to foul. 35-33, timeout on the floor. 11.9 seconds to go in OT on Eagle 102.
People Think and Trust mobile banking app gives you the convenience of banking from anywhere. Simply download the free app for your Android or Apple device and get started managing your account, transferring funds, paying bills, and depositing checks. People Think and Trust online at www.pdtc.net. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Eagle 102 Sports on KJFM is brought to you by Veolia Landscaping Supply, Meyer Implement, and Calumet of Missouri.
35-33 to the line is Sean Yates. After the timeout, which they started the timeout clock kind of late, so they're going to end up with like a minute. Now they're just going to call him back to the floor.
Yeah. And so Sean Yates at the free throw line for 1-1. It's only the 9th team foul.
11 seconds and change left. And another timeout taken by the Bobcats. That is interesting. We're going to keep it here this time with 11.9 seconds to go. 35-33. And Sean Yates will be at the line. Again, tomorrow morning, 10:45 pregame, 11 o'clock tip-off for the Bowling Green Lady Cats, opening up district basketball against number 5 seed Wright City from the Class 3 District 8 tournament at Winfield.
And should probably remind folks when Bowling Green and Wright City met back in December, which seems like a very long time ago.
Yeah, very long time ago, yeah.
Bowling Green got the win, 23-22. So it was a very low-scoring game, very close game. So,
kind of like what we've got going on here tonight.
Yeah, and then unfortunately the Bowling Green Bobcat boys team run into Herman, who they played at the Montgomery County Invitational Tournament for the championship game in their first one. That's a 4-5 matchup. So could be interesting.
That's crazy that's a 4-5.
It is. Now, Clopton, of course, girls, they open things up on Monday evening. And then the Clopton boys open things up on Tuesday evening. So Clopton boys, the number 1 seed in that district. Clopton girls, number 2 seed.
Yeah, a full night of basketball on Monday, starting with the pregame show at 3:15 ahead of Bowling Green and Herman. We'll go from there to Clopton for ladies opening round action. And then we'll kind of see what happens from there the rest of the week, right?
That's pretty much.
Yates, first free throw, no good. Rebound tracked down to the corner to Niemeyer. He picked it up. Here comes Worley. And he's fouled.
Yeah, Sean Yates probably made a pretty good decision there. We might as well foul him so he doesn't take it to the hole.
It's a 1-and-1 opportunity, right? Or no, that was just a 6.
Yeah.
So now they're going to have to inbound with 6.4 to go. They get it in to Bowen. Down to 3 seconds, and he traveled.
Oh, my.
Drew Bowen called for a travel. Gives it back to the Hawks, and it looks like they're going to come away with a victory.
So
they get it in. They throw it into the front court, and that's it. Clopton. Short-handed Clopton showed well against Van Far last night, and then tonight they beat the Bowling Green Bobcats in the Bobcats home finale and regular season finale for both these teams. What a ball game. It ends with the Hawks up by 2, 35-33. We're back with the postgame show after this on KJFM.
Abel's Quick Shops introduces the new Shell Fuel Rewards credit card. Now with even more ways to save with 2 great reward programs. Choose the Shell Fuel Rewards card or the Shell Fuel Rewards MasterCard and save 10 cents per gallon up to 20 gallons every fill-up, plus rebates on non-fuel purchases. Sign up at shell.us/get rewards from Abel's Quick Shops. We're just down the road.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Family Drug is your locally owned pharmacy, and their pharmacists have a personal commitment to their community. Because just like you, they support their community. Family Drug, locally owned and hometown proud on Georgia Street in Louisiana.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green, and we've got the lot looking good and ready to go. We've got something for everybody's budget. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. So if you're out and you're looking for a new car, come by and see me. Mid-America Auto and Towing, just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, is a one-stop shop. Like us on Facebook or check out our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM, sponsored by Abel's Quick Shop.
Well, I tell you what, Marianne, 2-0 the score in overtime for Clopton to win this one 35-33. And if Coach Tony Francis was proud of his boys last night, he's got to be ecstatic with them. And every player that is at home with the flu, hope they're back for Tuesday because there's some guys that want to take their spots. You might have to buy them dinner on Tuesday ahead of the district opener because they proved they can be up at the big club.
And, Bowling Green played a tough game this evening, and, some calls just didn't go in their favor, and I think it kind of got them down a little bit, and they couldn't quite recover from it.
So our final 35-33. We'll take a break, come back with your final scoring numbers after this on Eagle 102.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used use at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted. With both, you save 10 cents per gallon up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
Hi, folks. This is Eric Chip. The sports season upon us. Be treated like the pros. If your athlete has experienced an injury during a game or practice, let our experienced sports medicine team at Pike County Memorial Hospital Physical Therapy Department get them back to play. We have 2 locations to better serve our community. Pike County Memorial Hospital Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine in Louisiana and Bowling Green. Pike County Memorial Hospital. Community owned, nationally known.
It's good to aim high, and sports can help children reach their goals. Join Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green and Farm Mutual Insurance in supporting local athletes. Be sure to catch all the action this sports season. Pike County Mutual Insurance salutes young local athletes and wishes them well. And they look forward to protecting these young adults with strong insurance coverage during what is sure to be a bright future. Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 Sports on KJFM is brought to you by Ingram Plumbing, Bowling Green Pharmacy, and Mid-America Auto and Towing.
35-33, our final in overtime. Clopton over Bowling Green. And how about those final scoring numbers, Marianne?
All right, for Bowling Green, leading scorer tonight, no shock to anyone. Cameron Worley put up 17 points this evening. Gavin Dieters ended with 8. George Niemeyer 6. And adding 2 was Michael Starks. Leading scoring tonight for Clopton, Malik McPike had 10. Then Jared Hain and Zach Evans each had 9. Tyler Kuntz added 5. And Sean Yates put up 3.
So not a whole lot of scoring in this one, just a combined 68 points between these two teams. Only 2 players, one from each side in double figures. A defensive game, to say the least.
Absolutely.
A probably energy-conserving game for the Hawks again for the second night in a row. And by the time they come back out again, they should be healthy. And this is a team that during this rough patch was able to split on the final 2 nights back-to-backs, win on the back half of a back-to-back. They've got to have a lot of confidence in that room right now. And you can look out in that Class 2 District 5 tournament for these Hawks.
You know, they do, but I will tell you at the same time that Coach Francis is telling them probably, that they faced a tough team. And that, facing tough teams is what makes you a good basketball team as a whole. I know that every time I talk to him, he always seems to be tipping his hand to the other team, especially in matchups like this. So, the boys on both sides of the ball had to work hard tonight. It looks like Clopton came and worked just a little bit harder as they walked out with that 2-point win in overtime.
Boy, I don't know if if it was a matter of one team working hard. I think Clopton got the breaks tonight. That's for sure. They were able to work the officials a little bit at times. The acting jobs were better in the second half.
A Golden Globe was handed out this evening, an Oscar.
Well, you go Oscar, Golden Globe, People's Choice.
Yeah.
I liked it. I'm a person, so
there you
we're
go.
getting that award. He definitely improved from the Razzies in the first half to award-winning performances in the second half. Malik did. He can sell a charge when he wants to. That's for sure. So 35-33 is our final. Clopton ends the regular season with the win. Bowling Green has suffered defeat here, and their next game will be the opening round of districts on Monday against Herman. 3:15 pregame, 3:30 is the tip-off for the Bobcats. And we'll have the Lady Cats start our district coverage tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. 10:45 pregame from Winfield as they'll take on Wright City in a 4-5 matchup. So join us then. Mark Fronick, Marianne Everhart will be live from Winfield High School tomorrow morning right here to start districts. So until then, we say goodnight from Bowling Green on Eagle 102.
You've been listening to Area High School basketball on Eagle 102. Join KJFM Radio all season long as the area's best teams square off with play-by-play and commentary by Eagle 102 sportscasters. Tune in to 102.1 or listen online at KJFM-Eagle102.net. KJFM Radio, Eagle 102. From KJFM Louisiana.